So I spent more time than I probably should have researching ladders before I purchased this one. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and then cover all the points I was interested in while I was doing my research, and then compare this ladder to a little giant ladder. The box the ladder arrived in was pretty beat up, and I was fully expecting the ladder to be damaged, but to my surprise, it was actually completely damage free. I feel like a little more padding on at least the top of the ladder would be ideal, but the ladder did arrive without damage, so I can't complain too much. Once I got the ladder out of the box, I noticed a pair of gloves and a manual on the bottom, so be careful not to throw these away with the box. After taking the bag off the ladder, you will notice a little mallet. This is to help with putting together the legs of the ladder. Then zip tied to the ladder, you will find the stabilizer bars and a baggie with bolts and wrenches and the pads. On top of the ladder is the optional fold-out tray. Before I did anything with the ladder, I wanted to confirm the length, so I fully extended it and laid it out with a measuring tape next to it. So the sneaky way ladders are measured is in reach, not length. Pretty much all ladder companies do this, even little giant ladders. So I bought the 22-foot ladder, and as you can see, it's a little bit over 20 feet. That's because when they say 22 foot, it's counting an average person standing close to the top of the ladder and reaching up. I was aware of this, so this didn't come as a surprise. After that, I fully assembled the ladder. It was fairly easy. The stabilizer bar slides through the openings at the bottom of the ladder. You can use the mallet to help you if you meet resistance. Then you add on the other end cap. After that, you slide the bolt in and secure it into place. I made sure to put the bolt in from the outside in so the part of the bolt with the nut wouldn't be sticking out. Once it's secured, you're done. So here's how it compares to the little giant ladder. First off, in price, this one obviously wins. It's much cheaper. The J-shaped locks on the little giant are thinner, but they are solid metal and slightly longer. The ones on this ladder are much thicker looking, but they feel like they have a hollow space inside. That being said, I think they still have as much metal as the little giant locks, so I'd say both these ladders are even in the locking security. Now for the joint locks, the little giant ladder has a lock that goes all the way through the joints and it's super secured. This ladder has notches in the metal that a bar clicks into. While I do feel like this ladder is secure on the joints, I like the little giant design better and I feel like it wins in this category. But taking price into account, I do feel like this is a better deal, and this is why I decided to buy it at the end of the day. Also, the weight of this ladder is not too bad. Even though I got the 22-foot one, it only weighs 39 pounds, and the 17-foot version of this ladder only weighs 29 pounds. My mom stopped by while I was filming this review, and she was able to easily lift and carry this ladder over to a different location. The only time a less physically fit person might have issues with the weight of this ladder is when it's fully extended. But even the regular non-adjustable ladders are hard to maneuver when they get to a certain length. As for stability, with the stabilizer bar at the bottom of this ladder, it feels very sturdy. While testing it, we were able to fully extend it and climb to the top and not worry about it tipping over. I felt safe even on grass where the ground was not exactly rock solid. While it has a little bit of a wobble when used as an extension ladder, it held me up just fine, and I weighed 250 pounds, which is pretty close to its 330 pound limit. But it held me up just fine and the joints showed no signs of stress. For a lighter person, there is even less wobble and it feels pretty solid. The one negative thing I can say about this ladder is the little orange rubber cover on the latch gets damaged every time you collapse the ladder all the way. It doesn't damage the actual latch, just the rubber protective cover. So I went ahead and removed it. The covers are not important, but it would still be nice to have. The tray is easy to attach to the ladder. You just hook it on and then secure the clamps. It's super convenient to have, and I'm glad it's included with the ladder and not something you have to pay extra for. It has spots for all your tools like hammer, drill, screwdriver, etc. When it's folded down, it secures in between the rungs and it doesn't get in the way, and you can open and close the ladder without having to remove it. The only time you probably would want to remove it is when using this as an extension ladder. Having used little giant ladders before, I knew how convenient these types of ladders can be. If you haven't used one before, they are very nice. They can be used in many different configurations, and in fact for most people this is the only type of ladder they would ever need. It can be adjusted and set up to fit almost any purpose, and I think every homeowner should have one. This ladder seems affordable, sturdy, and well built, and as long as you follow instructions like not extending it past the last two rungs and staying within the weight limit, I think it should last a long time, as it held up very well during my testing.